We begin in the Pendleton Whiskey Buck and Shoot.
Ryan Solo has a lot of intensity.
The kick on this
ball.
Skid to the 8. Come on. All day long.
It was coming at me, yo.
You're gonna tap the shit out of him.
It was coming at me. The guy was coming at me crazy.
What?
Yeah. Wait, I was taking a picture right now.
I don't matter.
Maybach music.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me? 'Cause I just wanna...
On this team, we fight for that itch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that itch.
Coming in at 320 kilobytes per second, it's time for MattieC's Sports for you and me.
What the fuck is up? They ain't touching me for nothing. Gang shit is not my business. I ain't not the one to fuck with.
All right, everybody, MattieC Sports for you and me. I got a special guest. Now, the only hot sauce I ever knew was hot sauce from And One Basketball, but I think you got more finesse than that. This is Kalvin, Hot Sauce Henderson. How are you doing this? It's evening for you, but more like morning for me. How you doing?
For sure, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm glad to be here on your show, MattieC, man. It's been a pleasure being here. Yeah, it is 8:21 p.m. over here, but I'm here ready to rock and roll, do this interview with you.
So you're in Dubai, and I've been telling people that are in Dubai, if I've had interviews. Now, man, like that's like a mecca for MMA, boxing, everything. So how's it feel out there? What's it like?
Man, it's actually really, really, really amazing out here, man. The time change kind of got to me for a while. It was a 16-hour flight over here, so jet lag is definitely real. It's crazy, man. I went to sleep and woke up and still on the plane. It was a lot. We lost today coming over here, but as far as the people here, man, it is amazing. Everybody's so nice. There's no crime here. Everybody, you know what I mean, nice to each other. The boxing gym we're training at is amazing. It's like an amazing facility. A lot of money put into that facility, man. It's anything you need, they got it there. They got weights, they got the ring, they got treadmills, they got plunge tubs, man. They got anything you need, they got it there. And it's some big names here right now training too, especially for the card coming up that I'm helping this guy get ready for.
Now tell me, since I know you're an Arkansas, Texas boy, is there anything like the Southern food? Because I know all about that barbecue and Southern food down there, man. What's it like over there?
Yeah, so the Southern food, you know what I'm saying, it got its grease and flavor to it. But actually, it's a lot of clean food over here, man. You can actually taste the difference in the food. And I'm actually liking it. I've lost 6 to 7 pounds since being over here just because the food is a lot cleaner. And I hear it's a lot less chemicals compared to American food and stuff. And like, even like, I know it sounds weird, but like the vegetables and the fruit, you can really taste the difference in those, man. And I'm loving it, though.
So an apple's like a golden apple over there.
Yeah, man. Like you could taste every single sugar. Like I'm talking about is beautiful, man. Like I can't even describe. You got to come up here and check it out for yourself. Like even to like the Gatorade tastes different. The hot sauce tastes different, man. Just everything just tastes different over here.
So
Actually, I keep it on me, man.
I can't see it.
As hot sauce. As
Oh,
hot sauce.
So is that like so down south too? Like I got a boy in Louisiana, and they love the Tonys. What is it? It's like Cajun sauce, Cajun spice, and
Yeah,
they
like
call it
Tony,
like pepper.
It's my
Yeah,
Tony Satchery.
yeah.
Yeah, I fool with that, man. My wife, man, she cooks all that stuff up, man. Tony Satchery is like salt and pepper, man, for real.
That's what they say. Yeah, man. I'm glad because I bring it to the north now, so it's like,
You got
what you
to,
put?
man. Dude,
They're like,
you gotta try this thing. You gotta try this season called Slap Your Mama too. I know it sounds weird, but it's called Slap Your Mama, man. That shit right there is fire.
I believe you because you guys make delicious food down south, man. That ain't no joke down there. I don't
For
get
sure.
I don't get how y'all don't gain like 100 pounds, man, every day. Food's so
Dude, it's
good
easy to
down
do.
there.
The hardest part of my job is that I love food, but I'm also a professional athlete. So I got to put my love for the food to the side when I'm training and all that stuff, man. Find different pockets where I can enjoy my nasty food, but got to be a lot of clean eating in this sport.
So with that, actually, so you're 15, 2-1. So you're doing a good job staying away from the foods and stuff. But like people don't see it's like the like for people like you in your division, like Plant and Canelo, like it's crazy. Like these guys have
Yeah.
58 wins and all, but having your record is even just as hard, you know? So it's like,
Yeah.
but like some people don't know the difference, you know what I'm saying? Like you could have a
Correct.
guy who's 19 and 17, but they fought a big dog. They're not fighting somebody who's like, I'm not going to say anything bad about any fighter, but like a club fighter, they say.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
so I mean, to get where you are now, like the people you fought have been unreal, especially lately with their records and
Yes, sir.
your resume, man. Like your number sorry number sorry man number 10 in the WBA. That ain't easy.
No, man, that ain't easy at all, man. And so even though we only have 17, 18 fights, it all depends on who you fight and how you win, and also sometimes how you lose too. And so whenever you building your career, building up your resume, you want to challenge a young fighter because you don't want to have a fighter to have 16, 17 undefeated fights, but they all fighting cupcakes. No offense to any fighters out there, but then when they fight somebody who's actually on their level, they get swept up. You don't want that. So you got to challenge them at different points of their career while developing them. Like, for instance, my second fight, I was 1-0 at the time. I fought a guy that was 2-0. He was already undefeated. He talked trash. My third fight, I fought a guy that was a southpaw. My fourth fight, I traveled out of the state and fought a guy in North Carolina. So it's just different stuff you add to your career as you're building. So when you get to that big stage like Showtime and HBO and all that stuff, then it's not anything new.
And it's a good thing you say that, and I appreciate you saying that because even before those steps, to you have to establish a good amateur resume. You have the Northwest Arkansas titles. You had various titles before that, and then going pro, you just kept going. You didn't stop.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So I had about collected about 70-ish amateur fights, and I fought all the way up to rank number 4 ranking in the country, number 25 ranking in the world as an amateur. Fought for Team USA. I done fought in all the top tournaments and National Golden Gloves, USA, you name it, I done fought in it. And all that is just free experience. You know what I mean? Like that's what a lot of these young cats they take for granted. They so quick to turn pro and try to make money and all this stuff, but the amateurs is where you gain experience of fighting different styles, fighting different states, and going to different tournaments and being nervous and getting these mental reps on fighting and making weight and all this stuff to where when you turn professional, there's nothing new. A lot of guys that I fought who were supposed to be tough, quote unquote, have had limited amateur experience, so they thought they was tough, But then when he fought a guy that's been fighting for 17 years in his life, it's different. You know what I mean? It just hits different.
17 years, man. Jesus, that's a long ass time. But you love
Yeah,
your
I started,
job
I was
though.
15. Yeah, definitely, man. I couldn't see myself doing like I'm not to be like that person, but man, I'm really good at my job and I take it 100% serious. And this, if this is the best thing that I do, then why wouldn't I do it all the time? You know what I mean? That's my theory with professional boxing.
So, coming from a humble, not that I'm saying any areas like not different, but a humble area like Arkansas and Texas, and
Yeah,
how gritty you
yeah,
guys are and how much you fight to earn what you have. And you definitely have throughout all these years of your career. When you first stepped out on a televised fight like Showtime and stuff like that, how did it feel just to be on a card like that and hear your name and know that you were on TV and all that stuff?
man, it's cool that you asked that because when you're younger and you're thinking about boxing and turning pro and being on TV and stuff, it's kind of like a big dream. And then you put the work in, then when it finally happens, you can't really enjoy it in the moment because if you make it bigger than what it is at the time, then you get nervous, you get freaked out. So for me, it's just another day in the office. No matter if it's showtime, if it's wherever, I'll make sure in my mental state is that this is just another day in the office. I'm gonna go in here, knock this dude out, get my check, and go home. You know what I mean? But then afterwards, after the fight, like maybe a week or 2 weeks afterwards, I get to finally enjoy, like, man, I was just on TV. I used to dream about this stuff like this and like lay in my bed with posters and magazines hanging on my wall. Can't wait to get to that moment. But then you get a chance to kind of like soak it in, you know what I mean, after the fight. But during the build up and during the match, you got to make sure you stay cool, calm, and collected to make sure it's not bigger than what it really is. But man, it's definitely amazing. I know people who went their entire professional career and never fought for a world title. And we just did that last year on my 17th fight. And so I'm definitely blessed. I'm definitely put the work in and get there. Don't misunderstand it. But it's still a lot more work to be done. I'm excited for that too.
And I love when fighters say, even if they have like 5 belts, they're undisputed or anything like that. They're like, I'm not done yet. And literally,
Nah,
fighters like Mayweather, he had 50. So what is he 51-0
50 and
now?
0. He's 50 and 0, but he doing exhibitions now, so he's still doing it
Yeah,
too. He's still
yeah.
working.
So it's like he's never not satisfied, never not
Yeah,
satisfied, and I feel like that's a good trait to have. And some fighters do not have that trait to where it's like, I'm just here to make a check. You put me on a
yeah,
card, I want to make a check. But I
yeah,
appreciate what you're doing along the lines of like, hey, boxing can get me this. It can support me. It could support my wife, my children, or
that's right.
anything like that. Like people use this as a thing to have fun, but also to really like enjoy life. And you're enjoying what you're doing. And I mean,
Oh, definitely.
the name you're with right now and you're training with, I mean, that's something that a lot of people can't say they did or do. And
That's real.
it's huge.
Yeah, man. I tell people all the time, and this boxing literally, it took me out the hood. You know what I mean? Like it's taking me around the world, literally taking me around the world, man. It's just amazing when you put the work in and you pray and you stay diligent and you stay focused on your career, where it can take you. And that's for anybody. Like no matter what a career it is, like if you stay diligent and you pray and you do your work, it's gonna take you places, man.
And it's taking you to a place where you can get natural Gatorade, not the fake Gatorade over here.
Yeah. It's real, man. With natural sugar. That's for real.
So with you now, I know you're in training camp with someone, but um, for you yourself, do you have any goals you're looking at? Are you looking to fight on Top Rank, Showtime, or anything like that? Or are you just
Yeah,
kind of
man.
keeping it low for right now?
No, man. I'm in a fighting business. So I'm like what helped me get this opportunity where I'm doing right now in the training camp is that I stay in the gym all year long. I'm not a part-time boxer. I train if I have a fight date or I don't have a fight date. And so this opportunity came where I got the phone call. I'm in shape. I'm on weight. And so we got an opportunity to come out here and put in work. So I'm looking to fight as often and as frequent as my body and promoters would allow me to. You know what I mean? So right now, my tentative goal is to have 2, maybe 3 quick fights and get right back into that world title fight again.
Love it, man. Love it. And they'll be on Showtime, right?
Yeah, usually Showtime or maybe like Fox or ESPN, something like that, yeah. But, I mean, if Top Rank calls too, I'll fight on Top Rank too. It don't even matter, man. Have hands, we'll travel.
Cool, man, because be on Showtime or Top Rank, because I can watch those. I got that on TV, so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But if you got a
usually
pay-per-view,
Showtime, though.
But if you got a pay-per-view, I'll buy that too.
I appreciate that, man.
So your goal is 2 quick ones, and then are you thinking maybe 3 or 4 top ones?
Yeah, man. If it was up to me in a perfect world, I would like to fight 4 times this year. But like once you get to a certain level in your career, professional boxing, they try to stall you out sometimes, and they try to like push dates back. But the hardest part, like I'm saying, is staying ready and staying focused, because that phone call can happen anytime, man. I done had fights where I done got the phone call 2 or 3 weeks before the fight date, and I'm like, yeah, come on, let's rock. And I'm not gonna do it out. You know what I mean? So that's part of the perks. If you stay ready, you never got to get ready.
Love it, man. And my final question to Kalvin is, where did you get the name Hot Sauce?
Yes, sir. So I wish I had like a cool story to go with that, but really what it come down to, what it started out as, is I just really put hot sauce on everything that I ate, man. It didn't matter if it was a hamburger, mashed potatoes, salad, like whatever it was, I'm putting hot sauce. It even got to the point to where I would carry my own hot sauce bottle with me to high school, man, just because they didn't have hot sauce for whatever reason. So I would carry my own bottle in my backpack in my pocket to high school and use it. But now it just transferred to me making it hot in the ring now.
That's funny, man, because I got a guy who has been on my show who does MMA, and he is the exact same way, except he loves sriracha, and that's in his nickname too. So he be carrying sriracha with him too. So that's so funny. Like it's the same thing. Crazy. I love it, man.
Look, man, I came way over here. I didn't carry the bottle this time, but I made sure I went to the corner store and got a bottle of hot sauce out here in Dubai, man. So
everybody look at that stuff. Everybody look at that stuff and enjoy it. So, Kalvin, I know you're a busy man and you're probably tired from today, but I want to thank you so much for coming on the show, and always welcome back. And actually, where can I get that fire hot sauce shirt that you got?
Man, dude, that's crazy you say that, man. So I have a website. If you go to hotsaucehenderson.com, I got all my apparel on that website. You can click it, it'll ship it directly to your crib too. So right to your front door.
Excellent, man. So everybody, Kalvin Henderson, look out for him. Showtime, Top Rank, wherever. This dude's a beast. You go on YouTube if you're a fan, watch him still. So, but I know you represent Razorback Nation over there. So,
yes, sir. That's my alma mater, man. I went to college there and graduated.
So I bet you like when they beat Alabama, huh?
You already know, man. You already know. It's kind of bittersweet, man, when they play Texas, but it's a part of the territory. You know what I mean?
All right, Kalvin. Thank you so much, man. And follow Kalvin on Instagram, Facebook, things like that. And Kalvin, thank you so much again.
Thank you, big dog, man. You make good choices.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks for watching MattieC's Sports for You and Me. Make sure to follow MattieC on MattCameron23 on Twitter, MattieC23 on Instagram, and subscribe to MattieC's Sports for You and Me on YouTube.
What the fuck is up? They ain't touching me for nothing. Gang shit is not my business. I ain't not the one to fuck with. I bring the flow with lyrical stamina, rapping a million miles. One point I'm an animal, then I'm a cannibal, taking my pick and I pounce. Bold and serious, cold amphibious track murderer. A cup I need by no one, so I got my back. Vertebra, the heat is up, extinguisher. I got the track burning up. Don't think to touch 6 feet's enough to get the match to combust. Diamond, strike it, ignite on any gift and surface solid. Callous, symbols that come from